everyone, welcome back to my channel. Just to let everybody know, this will be a female specific video, so if you're a guy and you don't want to hear about these things, then do not watch this video. This is for the ladies, and this is a highly requested video among the ladies just because I don't think that there are many people that talk about these kinds of things. And just to preface this, if you haven't watched any of my previous videos, my name is Ingrid and I recently hiked the Pacific Crest Trail. I thru-hiked it last year in 2015, and so I learned a lot and have a lot of good information to give, so we'll just get started. I made a couple of different topics, so I think I get a lot of questions about shaving, like did I shave while I was hiking, or I mean I guess not on the trail, but did I shave when I got into town or whatever, what did I do? The answer is no, I didn't shave at all for about 6 months. I didn't even shave for over a month since I had since I'd been off the trail. I didn't shave for a whole month. Luckily, I don't grow hair super fast or super thick or in a super annoying way. So the only part that I kind of had that was kind of annoying was in the armpits, and that's just in the beginning stages where it's like kind of prickly. So it stabs you, but after like a week, I think it was perfectly fine and I never felt it. And same thing with my leg hair, like that didn't bother me at all. And so no, I didn't shave at all. But if you are one of those people that feels the need to shave, or you know, maybe your hair grows a little bit thicker than mine and you just want to, my suggestion is that when you get into town, buy just a little disposable razor and use that, you know, every 2 to 3 weeks or however often you think is appropriate. And two, I get a lot of questions about how did I go to the bathroom, like how did I like pee all the time, or you know, even the other one. I remember the beginning of the trail, and a guy that I met told me like he had hiked with a girl on the AT, the Appalachian Trail, and how she would just like pull down her pants in the middle of the trail and go pee, and I'm like, oh my god, how embarrassing, like that will never be me. That became me. I became that girl. Not in front of anybody, but I just mean like you become so comfortable with like, okay, you have to go and there's nobody around and you're sick of having to go, you know, a couple of 100 feet off the trail, that you just start going a lot closer, not actually on the trail, but you just start, you know, peeing kind of closer to the trail and just stepping off the trail a little bit. And so that's what I did. There are different options as far as how you want to choose to wipe yourself. One option is packing out toilet paper, so you use toilet paper every single time and then you pack it out and you throw it away when you get into town. Or pee rags were kind of becoming a hot trend among thru-hikers, and that is just like a handkerchief that people would just continuously use and then rinse every night or whenever they found a stream or something like that. To me, I don't think that, I didn't ever do that, and I'm not putting down people that did. It's whatever, it's your own choice. I just think that I would have been really worried about a UTI and things like that. I just think that we're dirty enough out there, and I didn't want to add to the filthiness that I already have or make anything any more unsanitary than it already is. And I also just thought the idea of carrying around a pee rag on my backpack was a little bit gross, and I just didn't want to have that scent with me on my bag or anything like that. So those are your options. And so that time of the month, I get a lot of questions about that, like what did I do? Did I use pads or tampons or what? Fortunately, I am on a hormone medication that if I take it like pretty often, then I do not get my period. So for the first 4 months, I didn't actually have my period on the trail, which was awesome. But then I ran out of those pills, so then I got it. And what I did was I just carried out some tampons, because to me that's the most comfortable, that's the easiest, less messy. Like I didn't want to feel a pad walking around with a diaper, like that would just give you a rash, and in my mind, or in my opinion, I think that it would give you a rash, and you know, just be awful. So because you're just sweating so much down there anyway, and just chafing and things like that is what I think of. So I did that, and then I used like a beef jerky trash bag, because I don't know, usually a hiker or something, I just ask them if they had it, because I don't eat beef. But so I think that those are really nice because A, they have a really like strong scent of food, and so they cover the smell of anything, of those kinds of things pretty well. And then they're also usually really colorful, so even if somebody were to like see that, filled with trash or toilet paper, they wouldn't even know what it was. So it's not the same thing as using a Ziploc bag. But anyway, I would just do that, seal them up. It's the same way that you do at home. Like you wrap them up in toilet paper and you throw them in your trash. It's the same thing, except you're putting it in a plastic bag and then you're just throwing that away in towns. So to me, it wasn't really that big of a deal. It's, I'm glad that I didn't have to do that for the whole 5 months, but it wasn't that big of a deal, and that's what I would do. I know that Diva cups are also an option, which are just like these plastic cups that you can buy and whatever. Once again, that's a sanitary issue to me, and I know of people that like had complications with things like that, and that's just, I didn't want to insert anything into my body that I didn't know was sanitary. So anyway, tampons for me, the way to go, unless you have issues with that, then I, would look into something else. Oh, people also say biodegradable tampons. You're not going to leave anything out there anyway. Like, you shouldn't be leaving out your toilet paper or anything, so you should be packing everything out anyway, so biodegradable doesn't really matter. It's just going to go, it should be going in the garbage bin when you get into town. For overall hygiene, so I used, in the beginning, I would pack out some wet wipes, and I've said this before in another one of my videos, but I just had my family buy like a big package of baby wipes, and then I would just take out several ones and they would just put them in a Ziploc bag, and that's what I'd pack out. I'd also do that even if I was in town and had to buy like a 40 pack. I would just take out about 10 and use those. And even though I didn't use them every day, like I got kind of lazy as far as that went, if you want to stay clean and stuff, that is a really good option to have. You can dry them out and then pack out even less weight, and then just add a couple of drops of water to them to rehydrate them, and then make them usable again if that's what you want to do. But like I said, it's just whatever you want to do. You could also, another option is to take out some baby powder. You could just buy a big one or a small one and then just put it in a Ziploc bag, and that's what you pack out if you just want to like prevent stickiness, even for your hair. Like if you're one of those people where your scalp really starts to itch, then I would suggest maybe packing out a little bit of that just to have at night, and things like that. It's just kind of like dry shampoo, I guess. My scalp really got used to it, but every time I went into town, I did try to make sure and shower, shampoo, and condition my hair at least a couple of times just to get out that like salty and stickiness out of my scalp. So I also always carried 2 pairs of underwear, and I showed you guys what underwear I took in another video, but they were just one REI brand and one Patagonia brand, and they're just super breathable. I didn't actually hike in underwear. Mine had built-in my capris had built-in underwear, but I really did like sleeping in a pair of clean underwear, and then when I was doing laundry in town, I really wanted to make sure that I had a clean pair to put on when I did the rest of my laundry. And same thing with the bra. I didn't ever want to go braless in town because I was running around doing errands and stuff, so I always made sure that I also had a clean bra. And one of the things that I would consider when purchasing a bra is you always want it to be comfortable and supportive, but you're also not going to be like running. I mean, you're hiking, so it doesn't have to be like super tight, and the babies don't have to be locked down. But one of the issues that I had with one of the bras that I took, this is the one that I actually ended up wearing all the time, and this is just from Target. But the first one that I took out, it has those, those clasps in the back. They're not even clasps, but they're just like what you adjust your straps with. And one of them happened to land like right near where my pack shoulder strap was, and it was so uncomfortable. And so I'd look into that too, like make sure that you have that you have a bra that's going to be comfortable with your pack on and with a lot of weight on it, because I know that girls did have issues with that, even with the skinny straps. Like they just said that they kind of dug into them. So I would walk around with a backpack, with that bra, or just kind of know this was one of my favorite workout bras, and it just happened to work, and I still wear it all the time, so it lasted me the whole trail. And then I just pack another one, and that's the one that I wore in town. And then I just also wanted to have a backup just in case this got soaking wet, it didn't dry, I didn't want to put it on when it was 40 degrees out the next day, things like that. For my hair, like I said, you could do the baby powder if you're having issues with your scalp being itchy and things like that. I did not take a brush or anything like that, but I know people that have a little different hair texture than me, and maybe you actually do need to be brushing it out, every couple of days or something. Then you could just break off a handle off one of those wide tooth combs, or take one of those skinnier combs. Those aren't that heavy. I feel like you could definitely do something like that. I've done that before on another trip, so that's an option. What else? Oh, I also always, if you watched my my gear video, I used my buff scarf as my pillowcase, and I always slept with my hair out of a ponytail. And I think that that kind of helped. It helped let my hair breathe, it helped the sweat dry on my scalp, and it also just helped keep my pillow a little bit cleaner. And I just think that the buff also absorbed some of the salt and stuff, so I don't know, it seemed to help me. I didn't have too many issues with an itchy scalp, and I really thought that I would because my scalp can get itchy even nowadays. So I just have some tips for staying clean. I'll go over, maybe I'm being a little bit redundant here, but just to get them all in. Wet wipes, always a good option. I did that pillowcase thing that I told you guys about. I used toilet paper, didn't use a pee rag or anything like that. I used tampons, no pads, nothing like that. Let's see. You can buy the razor in town if you want to. I always also carried Q-tips, and I would just pack, I mean, 3 at a time is probably what I would carry, and I just really liked having them because sometimes your ears get so dirty, and I don't know, it's just little things that helped make me feel better and sleep better at night. So sometimes I would clean my ears. I would just break them in half and use one side at a time to make them last. And then I also said always 2 underwear just in case, and 2 bras. And then I also packed out this. It's just a nail clipper, and this happened to have a file on the end, but if you just have a really mini nail clipper, then I would just suggest taking out a file, because girls, I don't know, our nails grow so fast, and I just never wanted to break a nail out there, or, you know, your shoes get uncomfortable and your toenails get too long, or you may get a hangnail or anything like that. So these were also, I would consider, a girly product that I did take out there on the trail as well. But and then I also had extra hair ties. But other than that, I mean, that's kind of it. If you have any other questions that I didn't get to answer, just comment down below and I will reply to you directly. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I really apologize for this video taking so long for me to get up. I've been incredibly busy, and I am actually planning a move abroad this year, so I've just been doing a lot, but I'll be making a different series on moving abroad soon. So stay tuned for that, and we will see you later.